Today's episode, we are going to be talking about an action plan that you can apply for your personal life, business, or ministry. Now, what I like to do, I always like to put a foundation. It is to me important having foundation for me to always be able to move forward. So, what we are going to do, that foundation that we're going to establish, we're going to use James chapter 2 verse 17. And this is what the Bible is telling us. It says up here, faith by himself, if it's not accompanied by action, is dead. So in other words, we can have faith, but if we don't have any action, pretty much doesn't go anywhere. I'm gonna give you an example. When I was running Gonzalez Motorsport and God gave me the beautiful dream in 2014, I have a lot of faith, but I had to have on me an action plan. What was my action plan? So in the beginning, it was a little bit rough, but once I came out of that, it was easier because what I did, I built an action plan. Where did was going to see myself with the company that I was going to build? Well, I want to have my own location. I want to have good employee working for the company. I want to have this, I want to have that. So what I did, I created an action plan and I wrote it down. Okay, I believe this is going to happen, but the what was going to happen, I had to move myself and take action and then process it. So one of the first things that what I did, I had to build myself as a leader, as a business owner, create a good environment. So when people would come into our shop and for me to hire them, I want them to feel comfortable. I mean, it was a list of stuff and items that I had to create. But I believe, but also I had to take an action plan. And the action plan begin with the person who's in front of the specific company. So the action plan, it starts with you. It starts with me. Where do we see ourselves from 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? What is going to be the action plan that we need to create for us to be able to move forward and accomplish that beautiful dream that God has given us, and including myself, God's given us a dream to be able to move forward. But how are we going to do that? We got to have faith, but we also got to have an action plan to be able to move forward and complete our journey and be able to accomplish what God called us to do. Now, before you create an action plan, you must know the destination that God has given for you. So, like myself, 2014, I knew my destination. I knew what I was going to go with the auto repair shop that God gave me, actually, because I'm going to say this, God gave me this. I couldn't done it without him. Why I couldn't done it with him? Because the knowledge that he has given me, it come from him. Everything what I have, it come from him. He's the one that guides me. He's the one that give me the direction. And when you establish something at this level and to be successful, anything that you touch, you always gotta have him in front of you. That's my point of view. This is what I have done. I have worked for me. I'm not gonna change it for anything. You never build anything by yourself. I'm gonna repeat this again. You never gonna build anything by yourself. First of all, you need him. You need your health. You gotta stay in good shape. You gotta have a clear mind. You gotta be very sharp. You gotta have a good thinking. You gotta have an open mind. You gotta have a good team. You gotta have a good environment so you can build your personal life, business, or ministry, whatever direction that you want to go. You always got to count with others. And for me, what have worked for me, for Robert Gonzalez, the first establishment that I like to do is with him. If I have him in right in my next to me, in my heart, my mind, it means that I can move forward with confidence because I'm going to feel good who I am In my mind, in my heart as a leader, it means anything that I gonna touch is gonna be successful. Now, if something happened that in the way, that's fine. He's still got in control. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, even if I fail in the processing, at least I have him right next to me, and I can go back to the table, revise it, do a revision, make some adjustment, and move forward. So at least you got something right next to you. So you always got to have God right next to you. Now, if we looked Proverbs 16, verse 3, and this is what the Bible says up here. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plan. Now, there is actually a specific word right there, commit. When we looked at specific word commit in Hebrew, it means kolel. Kolel means it's an action of surrender. Trust that God will carry the weight and establish your plan. So we need to be committed to Him, God, the Lord. If you're committed, it means that He will carry that specific weight and establish your plan. I know, trust me, sometimes it gets hard. It gets hard in the processing. But what I have believed, if you mind is has a good foundation, God is always gonna give you the right so you can open the right door. What I'm trying to say, God is gonna give you the knowledge. God is gonna give you the ability. God is gonna give you all the tools. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to us how we are gonna move forward from there to A and B, B to C, C to D, whatever, how far you want to see yourself. That's going to be up to us, how far that we want to take that vision, that mission that God has given us. So, how far you want to go, that's going to be up to you. I know myself, I want to continue, keep growing as a leader, as a business owner through what we are doing on the podcast, coaching so many beautiful people live on business, whatever. But at least I have an action plan. I believe that I'm going to continue increasing my knowledge because I have put God in my heart. God is first, and God has given me the knowledge to be able to expand. How far do I want to go? That's going to be up to me. I can go far as I can, and God is always going to continue. As long as I'm actually lined up with Him, it means that God is going to give us the victory. God is going to give us the right key so we can go open that door and go in. It's going to give you another key so you can open another door. You're going to continue. Like I say, how far you want to continue opening door. But you got to have faith, but also you got to have an action plan to be able to move forward. Now, this is what I have up here in my notes. Make sure your goals align with with biblical principles and personal value. To me, what have worked for me, I'm talking from my own personal experience. What have worked for me, I like to make sure all my goals are aligned with the biblical principles and my personal value. If it's something comes in, if it doesn't line up with my value, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reject it. I am gonna reject it. In the beginning, anything that used to come to me, I used to grab it and download it. Take it and download it. And you heard me saying this for so many times in our YouTube channel. You can go back and revise it, where I took those 3 advice that they gave me. I downloaded my mind and got my mind infected, my heart infected. And guess what happened? Next thing you know, I was talking so negative, even in my own personal dream that God gave me, because that's what that specific information that we collect from the outside, if we give them permission to that specific information, once we download it, it's going to infect with a virus in your mind, in your heart. And next thing you know, your heart is going to get hard and you're not going to be able to move forward. If you don't move forward, guess what? You going to get stuck and that a specific location, time is going to continue moving forward with what? With minutes, hours, calendar, and there's so much. And this is why we always got to have the action plan in ourselves. We can always be move forward. Now, let's continue. Momentum is built through what? Through discipline. And you always going to hear me talking about discipline because I'm so big in discipline. Every time you're going to come into my YouTube channel, you're going to hear me discipline, discipline. And that's the only thing that Gonzalez talks about, discipline. Trust me, if you build a good discipline, faith in the action plan is going to be so easy. It's going to be like walking in the park. And this is what I have done, me personally, that I have worked for me. And I say, for so many years. In the beginning, it was hard because we're not used to change it. A lot of time we are so comfortable in the environment because we don't like, sometimes we don't like changes. So, like, when something goes off, we get all kind of it doesn't put established, and we go, oh, no, I'm disaligned. But discipline, it will get you there. Now, another one. Remove distraction that are steal your focus. You gotta remove those distraction so you can continue with an action plan that God has given us. But you gotta stay focused. And sometimes it's hard because we got so much distraction around us, especially when we're tired. Sometimes we like to sit down on the couch, and next thing you know, let me turn the TV on, let me turn Netflix on, and next thing you know, we start with one episode, and we start watching 10 episodes. And guess what? Those 10 episodes that you just watched, you just lost 8 hours, 5 hours watching a show where you could be very productive and use that 5 hours, 8 hours that you sit in the couch and start watching Netflix. You could have used that specific time so you can study the niche, the space where you at, become good at it, where your environment. Sometimes we have to be uncomfortable. We got to move forward. And something like this, actually, it will get you stuck because it will get you addicted to something that has a distraction. How are we going to kill distraction? By building a good action plan. And that action plan has to go with the discipline. And discipline is going to take you so high. You're going to fly so high like an eagle. But you got to be very specific. Where do you see yourself? So you got to move every distraction and stay focused in your action plan because I know it's in your heart. The problem is a lot of time we get distracted to the left, to the right, but this is when discipline kicks on and you're going to stay focused. Now, another one. This one, I'm going to ask you a specific question. What small steps can I take today to move towards my goals? I want to repeat this again. What small step can I take today to move towards my goal? What is going to be that step, small step for your specific goal? Now, this is going to be a homework for you. So I want you to get a piece of paper, a notebook, and a pen and start writing it down. Where do you see you start writing an action plan? What you can do different today for you to be able to move forward and start creating that action plan that you've been holding for so long. So it is time to get activated again, one more time, 3 times, 2 times, whatever how many times, but you got to keep yourself always going. You always got to keep yourself going because that's the only way that you are going to accomplish the beautiful dream that you have. Once you have something in writing and you start taking those small steps, then you're going to go back after a few days or maybe after a week and you're going to review the progress. Review the progress weekly. Okay, this is what I have done today and a Monday. I'm going to see how I'm going to do into next Monday. And then you can go back and you're going to review it. Once you review it, If you did it, then what you're going to do, you're going to celebrate that specific win. Wow, I did it. I'm excited. I took my first step. What is that step? That's going to be up to you. Everybody's got different steps. I have steps. You got steps. My step personal, they're different than yours. It doesn't matter. They're different. But at the end of the day, you got to celebrate that specific win, no matter how small. Doesn't matter. For somebody else might be, that's easy. But for you might be big. It could be the opposite, you know? But at the end of the day, we got to have an action plan for our own personal life, business, or ministry. And I know you have the faith. I know. I can tell you have the faith. You have it. You have it. You believe in. You believe in something greater. You believe in that specific dream that God has given you. You have a purpose. You believe, but you got to mix it with what? With an action plan for you to be able to move forward. But you got to be disciplined. You got to remove distraction out of your life. Use that specific time instead of wasting time doing something else. Go back in and stay focused. Focus always good because it's going to take you. This is why I'm always saying, and I'm begging this, get a notebook, a pen, start writing this stuff down. Write it down. And you can use your own cell phone on an iPad, whatever you want to use. For me personal, what works for me, disappear, paper, pen. I'm always writing stuff like that. You see what I do. Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm going to share one of my secrets. This is what I've done. I like to, in the middle, like in the paper, I like to write a sentence in or one or two words right in the center of the paper, right? Right there. Once I write it down, then I'm going to create arrows to the left, front, side. I'm going to create a bunch of arrows like this. Once I create the arrows, then at the end of the arrow, then I'm going to put down what I want to do, what it's going to be, my action plan. And I write even something small. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say this week, I'm going to write up here, this week, my action plan is going to go do some walking, exercise, right? I'm going to circle that and I'm going to put arrows. One arrow is going to be, I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. That will be Monday. I'm going to give you an example. Wednesday, I'm going to walk for half an hour. I'm going to walk for half an hour. So I just start creating stuff. That's just an idea. Create whatever you feel comfortable. That's going to be up to you. But at least you're creating something. The biggest thing is for you to take one step. That's what I said earlier. Take one small step. Feel comfortable in the environment. And then do the second step. The only way you're going to take your life to the next level, the business or the ministry, you got to be able to move forward towards what? To whatever the goals that you've been holding and you are afraid. Afraid. Listen to this. Afraid kills a lot of dream because we get stuck. But we have to be unstuck to be able to always accomplish something. And one last thing that I'm going to share, and this is going to be a declaration for everyone that's watching this YouTube channel right now, because I believe in you. God believe in you. Now, the question is if you believe too, because that's going to be up to us. Okay, this is what I've up here as a declaration. So that faith is going to move you to action. You're going to be committed to what? To your personal life, business plan, to God, and you're going to be consistent in those steps to be able to move forward. And you're going to believe in the results. Very simple. Very simple. So you're going to have faith. You're going to take an action plan. You're going to be committed to what? Your personal life, business, ministry, a specific plan, but you're going to have God in front of you, with you. And you're going to be consistent in those steps to what? Consistent step to what? To move forward, but you're also going to trust Him. You're going to trust the plan. But the only way we are going to do it, we got to take an action plan. In the action plan, there's a lot of items that we have to develop in the action plan. Because we can have the faith, action, plan, and then what? But it's going to be up. Then we got to apply that. I'm going to say this. We have to apply that to our personal life, the business, or the ministry. And this is what I have done on my own personal life. I did this when God gave me the green light to start and build Gonzalez Motorsport in 2014, the automobile repair shop. The beginning of this year, I stepped back out of the industry on the automobile. Now we are doing Gonzalez podcasting coaching. God's giving me the ability to be able to coach people on life, personal life, business, take them to another level, coaching from the right here. At the end of the day, you have to discover yourself. My job as a coach is to ask you questions so you can discover yourself. And you have a lot of potential. Whatever happened in the past, leave it on the past. You cannot go back and fix the past. Use the past as a motivation. Use the past to make some adjustment. Those adjustments that you're going to do, you're going to take off. This is your time where I would love you to line up at the track. Soon that the green light comes on, you got the red, yellow, and green. When the green light comes on, stay concentrated and get a hold of the steering wheel. If you are on the passenger side, get out of the passenger side, get into the driver's side. Look that specific light in front of you. You got the red light. You have the red light mean to stop. The yellow is you're gonna get ready. Those milliseconds, and soon the light turns green, you're gonna floor down and say, here we go. I'm gonna take off because I have my faith, I have an action plan, I have God in front of me. That faith is gonna move me to action. I'm committed to my personal life, business. I have God with me. I'm gonna be consistent towards what? Moving forward, and I'm gonna trust Him. Simple as that. And you gonna be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish. If you like this video, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being part of our YouTube channel. You and your family are blessed. You're going to conquer so much. Continue building that legacy for your family, for everyone around you. If you want to find out more about coaching, go to my website, gonzalezpodcast.com. We got different tailor of coaching, personal or business. You can actually, if you filled up the application, we can do 30 minutes on the phone. I would love to talk to you, hear your ideas, what is in your heart for you to move forward. And then if we can come together, I will coach you. But the whole idea is for you to succeed. You gotta continue moving forward. You gotta activate yourself. And I'm here to support you as a coach. And also, one last thing before I forget, if you're in the social media, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. Whatever social media you're in, follow us. You'll be blessed, listen, and go conquer what belongs to you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.